Yeah, sorry everyone. It's just some technical issues with my internet, so I'm just trying to fix it up. I think it's going to get better now. It's going to get better now. So, quick one tonight. I want to just first of all thank God for all where we are going. I want to wish our Governor Norega Obaseki, a happy 63rd birthday celebration, which he is celebrating today in Benin City. And also, this is the first time that the governor is celebrating, that the entire state is celebrating his birthday privately. The first of his kind. Since I became a man, this is the first time that a governor is celebrating his birthday and the entire state is celebrating his birthday with him. This is the first of its kind. And I think this is a pointer. This is a pointer to the fact that Obaseki had actually changed the narratives of politics in Nigeria. He has changed the narrative of politics in Edo State. The only person that we did this to is normally the Oba of Benin. No other persons have been able to get this kind of support that Governor Norris Obaseki is getting today as far as the Edo State is concerned. It's being celebrated all around the state by different individuals in their own private capacity, celebrating a man who had done so well, who had done incredibly well for the people of his state. This is the first time that a governor is not paying a media house to carry his birthday celebration. Okay? That shows the momentum. That shows the movement, the way the movement is going. I want to say a happy birthday to you, sir, for the work you're doing. We wish you many better years. And in November 2020, on the 12th, we are going to celebrate your victory with your birthday. Okay? So we say happy birthday, sir. Now, today I want to talk on the Edo 2020, the Thrones, the Games of Thrones. But today I want to deal on Obaseki perspective. Tomorrow I'm going to deal on Izeyamo perspective. I'm going to talk about some little things that is in the domain of the people. But today we're just going to talk about the Obaseki perspective. Now, why do we think that Obaseki will win the September 2020 gubernatorial election in Edo State? What are the plans? What are the thinking of the people that he is going to win this election? We must begin to see things from the perspective of political strategies, from the perspective of political permutations. What are the indices that Obaseki is sure coming back as the governor of Edo State? That's why I said it's going to be the Obaseki perspective today. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to talk about the Zeyamu perspective. But on today, the first reason I just said now, the first time in the history of Edo State is the first time a governor is not spending is not spending the state resources to celebrate his birthday. The first time whereby the citizenaries of the state are actually celebrating the birthday of their governor. This is the first in history. That shows that Obaseki is the people's choice. Number one reason why we believe that Obaseki is going to win the 2020 September gubernatorial election in Edo State, it is because, one, he is the people's choice. If you check all the social media influencers as of today, who are of the Edo origin, 97% of them are in support of Governor Enoregase Obaseki. If you check the bloggers today who are of the Edo origin, 90% of them are in support of Governor Enoregase Obaseki. If you go to the street of Benin and you ask about Obaseki, they are going to tell you it is a 4+14. If you go to the market women and ask them, they are going to tell you it is a 4+14. If you go further to anywhere in the entire state, is it in the central, is it in the north, and you ask them about who, they are going to tell you it is a 4+14. So that is the first reason why we believed that this very particular Game of Thrones is going to be in favor of Governor Enoregase Obaseki. When I said he is the people's choice. Number two, why this Game of Thrones is going to be in favor of Governor Enoregase Obaseki, because he is the people's project. Okay, the first is he is the people's choice. The second is he is the people's project. And when people decided to have a project, they do everything humanly possible to make their project to become a reality. That is why you see people all over the street. You see people like us who are not politicians on the internet, trying to propagate or to sell the candidacy of Governor Enoregase Obaseki. Okay, because we see him as our project, not as an individual now, but as the project of the collective Benins, as the project of the collective Ishans, and the project of the collective Afemas. Okay, that is why this Game of Thrones that is about to be played in the Edo 2020, it is in the favor of Governor Enoregase Obaseki. Okay, number three, why will this Game of Thrones be in favor of Obaseki? Because he is the best man for the job at the moment. Among all the contestants that we have seen, Governor Enoregase Obaseki, he is the best man for the job. Some people are going to ask me why. He's intellectually more better than all the aspirants. Looking at the work experience, he is more enlightened, more wider spread in thinking than every of the contestants. Okay, so he is the project and he is the best man for the job. He has proven beyond every reasonable doubt that he had the Benin at heart. Today, we have the Osomo power plant from Olobo all the way to the central of Benin City. We have the Samuel Obemudia Stadium that has now become a first-class stadium in the whole of Africa. We have the Benin Technical College that have been upgraded from the shackles of a local school to an international standard. We have, the likes of the Texas road acids of the road that have been, during the rainy season, is a no-go area. It is being locked up because of erosion. Cars are being destroyed. Many people are relocating from their homes due to erosion, issues. But today, he's trying to make that place to become an history. If you go to the Ekewa Aziz of Eyaekpe and all this area, is also doing marvelously well in those areas. That is one reason, and many other things. which is doing today, is being, in every senatorial district, he has built a minimum stadia in every senatorial district in Edo State. Now, he has also went further, to build nearly in every local government a health center. In every local government, a health center, a minimum of one health center in every local government of the state. He has also upgraded the teachers, particularly the primary school teachers, from the caricature nature of teaching to a world-class standard. It has also renovated a lot of the dilapidated schools within the Edo State geographical location. So these and many other things have made us to believe that Obaseki is the best man for the job. Not just that, he had been able, as a matter of fact, to pay teachers, workers, and every other salaries as at when due. This is what governance is all about. He has shown, a level of commitment and seriousness in making Edo workers to be comfortable in, discharging their duties. Also, he has been able to manage the dwindling resources of the Edo people due to the fall of oil price in the world market. Despite all this, he has been able to make sure that everything still works according to plan. Another reason why he's the best man for the job is in a time of this coronavirus, where the entire world is under lock and key. Many states in Nigeria today are unable to pay workers' salary because of the fall in oil price and also because of the reduction in the internally generated revenue. But the case of Governor Enoghega Setua Obaseki still decided to pay every worker as at when due. Yesterday, before I continue, there was a video that was going on the internet about the frontline workers, that were not paid their stipends. I want to make this very clear. The COVID-19 pandemic is not under the control of any state. The state is just supporting the federal government in making sure that deadly pandemic is being curtailed. So the extra, money enumerations that the frontline workers were supposed to have gotten is not supposed to come from the state government. Actually, it is the responsibility of the federal government to pay such enumerations. We must put that into perspective while we try to play politics with the life of people. He is doing his best as the governor of the state in making sure that every dime be owed to workers, it is being paid as at when due. Okay? Also, why I think he's the best man for the job, it is because he had no case, no corruption case, no corruption indictment, no corruption allegation on his head. He's clean, he's pure, and is trusted. Many of the people who are contesting today have one issue or the other to deal with. But this man had no case. I'm not using the word has now, because it's a complete past tense. Had no case on him. Before now, and even after now. He's so transparent in his dealings with the people, with the fund of the people, that nobody had been able to have anything to hold on to nail him down. People were talking about the $2 million or euros or whatever that Obaseki Ero, the former commissioner of art and culture, that he said he was caught with. That is a blatant lie. Obaseki Ero actually stayed in Italy before he relocated back to Benin and became a politician. And as at this point in time, he had cases in Italy while he was there as a resident. So when he left, he thought that the case was already over, not knowing that his case had been transferred to the Europol, the one we call the Interpol. The Europol, the case had been transferred to the Europol to get him arrested wherever he's being found within the Schengen nation or the Europe nation. So that is how the Eros issue came. Eros issue had nothing or whatsoever to do with $2 million. Because if it was, Eros was arrested in France, not in Italy. But he was taken to Italy to go and face the crime he committed. So that shows clearly that the whole brouhaha over Obaseki Ero's arrest and jail term by the Italian government had nothing to do with the government of the day. If it had, I am sure by now the Italian ambassador to Nigeria would have by now raised up the issues on a memo to the president, which is President Muhammadu Buhari. So it is just a rumor that he gave Ero $2 million cash to take to somewhere. Someone also said that while Ero was in Italy or wherever he was using a credit card, a stolen credit card, or the credit card that the Edo State put money into. I want to make it very clear right now. You cannot put money into a credit card. That is a very wrong narrative. The reason is this. A credit card has a certain amount of money inside. That's why it's called credit. So if you have for example, a 100,000 euro credit card, the maximum amount that can be in that card is 100,000 euros. Okay? Now, when you are spending, you can't spend beyond 100,000 euros from the card. The moment you get to 100,000 euro, then the card stops functioning until you put in money again and begin to spend. So there is no way that the federal government, the state government of Edo State would have put money into a credit card for Obaseki Ero to use while he was in Europe, which you people call the stolen money. So that very particular, narrative does not carry waters. Now, on the $2 million, they're always good at $2 million. They're very good at that figure. On the $2 million that was given to Honorable Engineer Dr. Omorege Obedeyama, he has already come out to clarify the fact that they were all what? Lies. Okay? Now, on the 15 billion that was given to PDP, sometimes I wonder where they get such facts, such information from. Do you actually know what 50 billion is? What is the total annual income generation of Edo State, including the government allocations? What is the total amount that the Edo State government gets into its coffers every month for him to be able to spend 15 billion within a period of 5 days? They also said that he spent 42 million naira to buy his ticket. They forgot the APC ticket was not bought by Obaseki, but rather it was bought by the Edo professionals in Abuja. So you see, every time they have tried to nail him down, he has been able to escape because his hands are clean. That is the reason why we think he is the best man for the job. Today in Benin, our aberos have become musicians. All courtesy of Godwin Enorevase Obaseki. He has been able to make these people to become useful to themselves. They now know how to sing. They don't know how to compose songs, which is very, very good. They became good and wonderful musicians. And I want to beg Obaseki, on November 12th, when you will be sworn in as the governor of Edo State, please, I beg you, these musicians, please put them together, pay them, let them come to Bermudia Stadium and play for us. At least we now know that some of these boys actually have an hidden talent that was not in use as a result of the free money that they were getting. Okay? So having said that also, let's now look at the next one. Is Obaseki is a product of circumstances. Somebody goes, how can a product of circumstances become the choice of the people? Do you know people who just come into power, not wanting to? Most of the time, they want to leave a legacy behind. But the desperados are always coming in for a purpose. I'm going to explain by history. Olusegun Obasanjo was in prison in 1998 after the death of General Sani Abacha. The then Abdul Salami Abubakar and the Babangidas and all the retired generals decided that the power should shift to the southwest because of the death of their son, Chief MKO Abiola. As at this time, General Sani Abacha has already put Obasanjo in prison for attempted coup. They want to meet Obasanjo in prison and told him, we want you to become the next president of Nigeria. Because you are from the southwest, haven't known us, having worked together in the military, you can be able to protect the interest of the militaries. So Obasanjo became a product of circumstance. And when he came in, he did marvelously well, so fantastically well in his time. Now there was also another man. His name was Shehu Musa Yaradua. Yaradua was also a product of circumstances. He just won as a governor of Katsina State. He wasn't interested coming to become the president of the nation. Obasanjo look at it. Now power must go back to the north. Obasanjo went and picked this young man and said, sir, you need to become the next president. He wasn't ready because he had no plans on how to steal the money. And the moment he came in, he also did marvelously well. Another product of circumstance was good luck. Ebele Jonathan, a lecturer at the university, a man who never thought he can amount to anything apart from being a classroom lecturer in the university, was picked by Olamide to become his deputy. From Olamide was impeached, he became the governor, and as he contested again, as was preparing to contest again for the position of a governor on his own, he was appointed to become the vice president to Yaradua. While he was still trying to bring himself to reality that I am from nowhere, from Otokutu village, a village that is not known in the map of Nigeria, has become an household name as the second man in power. His boss became sick. That eventually gave him the opportunity to become the acting president, from there to become the president. And he actually did well also, because he is a product of circumstances. The same thing with our governor, Enowera Obaseki. He came in to help to salvage the dwindling, battered, shattered, scattered economy of Edo State by this man today, who is vying to become the next governor. Izeyamu, with his principal then. It was underground. Nobody ever knew that there was any man called Obaseki during the 7 years of Oshomole's reign. It was the edgy room. It was the brain. It was a think tank. Everything you can think of that made up the government of Oshomole was the handiwork of Obaseki. Even when people were telling him, "Hey, sir, are you interested?" He said, "No, politics is not my game. I'm not interested. I just want to come here, do my job, and return back to my work. I have a job. I have an empire that I need to build." It was Oshomole who actually taught Obaseki into politics. That was why Obaseki officially became a member of APC in 2016, few weeks or so to the election. Okay, so when he came in, because it's a product of circumstances, he came also and did marvelously well. Number 5, he is the masses governor. Where the thrones of games of the 2020 gubernatorial election in Edo State will shift to the side of the governor, because he's the masses governor. He's not a governor of some few individuals. He's the governor of the masses. That is why the market women are saying Obaseki is the way. The traders are saying Obaseki is the way. The bus drivers are saying he must go back to Sadebe Avenue. The workers are saying Obaseki, no Edo State. The pensioners are saying if you remove Obaseki, we are going on the street with the black and black. We are going to demonstrate because Obaseki is the project. First time, this only happened during the time of Professor Ambrose Ali. What is happening today in Edo State happened in the time of Professor Ambrose Ali, where people, the Edos, were rioting when Ambrose Ali was sent to prison. It has never happened in the history of Edo politics that the entire people, the downtrodden, the Talakawas, the less privileged in the society, the general masses will come together and lie behind a governor. It never even happened in the time of Adams Ali Oshomole. Even as popular as Oshomole was, it never happened. That will tell you he is the choice of the people because he is the masses governor. It was the masses that gave him the title, the wake and see governor. Number 6, he is a great achiever. Why the throne of games will shift to his side? Because he had done marvelously well. Beyond all reasonable doubts. Every true Edo son or Edo daughter who actually believes in the project Edo must say, believe, accept that Obaseki had done well. We are not there yet, but we are not where we were. He has done perfectly, marvelously, beautifully well in carrying out his duty as the executive governor of Edo State. He has seen the people as his project. He has seen the entire state as his family. So he's dealing with them in a way that everyone needs to be equal, no matter who you are in the society. He is a great achiever. He has done well. He has transformed Edo State. If you think I'm lying, do you know that Edo State today has a CCTV camera around the Ring Road area up to the airport? You're surprised? It has. That is the handiwork of Obaseki. So any crime being committed within that geographical location can be easily picked up with the help of the CCTV camera that he has planted in so very many strategic locations in the city of Benin City, which is the capital of the state. He is a great achiever. That is one reason why we believe that come November 12th, he will be sworn in again for the second time as the executive governor of Edo State. Number 7, he finally buries criminate godfatherism. You people don't understand what thing. One of the greatest jobs that this man have done is to finally end any aspirant who wants to become a godfather in Edo State. It ended their reign in the state. It finally ended their reign. When Oshomole came in 2007, all Oshomole was doing was for his own personal interest. Was for him to make sure that it destroys the like of Anene, Obemodias, and the Benedians, kill them politically, bury them politically, and then enthrone himself as the new godfather of Edo State politics. We believed or we thought that he was actually fighting for the general interest of the masses. not knowing he was actually fighting for his own selfish interests. And the moment he succeeded in demolishing these people, he enthroned himself to become the new godfather. And you remember that Obaseki was also in that government. So he knew what they agreed on. So when he came in, he decided to bury Godfather once and for all. He decided to make sure that Godfather does not resurrect again. The fall of Adams Oshomole is a signal that Godfather is gone for good as far as Edo State is concerned. Number 8, he is a prudent spender. All these people talking here today, they don't even know how to spend money. Okay? Most of these boys who were in government with Oshomole for 8 years, they have nothing to show for the amount of wealth they amassed during that period of time. A prudent man, being a government like that of Oshomole, who was shop and chop policies, they amassed so very many wealth legally and illegally. But many of them could not achieve nothing from the money that was accrued to them during that 8 years or 16 years of locusts and cankerworms and caterpillars feeding on the Edo State Treasury. The highest they could do was to begin to build mansions, edifices all around Edo State and Nigeria. The highest most of them could do was sending their family abroad and their girlfriends to Dubai on a shopping spree at the detriment of the entire state and the general masses. That was the order of the day. Before the coming in of the new sheriff in town, the governor, a Noe Obaseki. And the moment he came into town, he said, no, we can't continue in this way because I am a product of a prudent spending. I am a financial guru. I deal on income flow. If you don't put the money into use, it becomes useless. And that is the reason why today, even in the midst of this dwindling economy, Edo State is still moving forward. During Oshomole's 80 years in government, let me tell you something. Oil price was $110, $100 to 1 barrel. Since Obaseki came in 2016, during 2015 time, the oil price fell to $35 per barrel. It got a report, it fell to $20 per barrel. Few months ago, because of this COVID-19, it fell to $9 per barrel. That is, if you sell oil, you will pay to come and carry your oil. Okay? But this man is still doing everything with the little resources that he had to change the course of history of the people of Edo State. Number 9, Obaseki believes in division of labor. The only governor in the whole of Nigeria who actually believes his deputy is equal to him. Every other governor sees their deputy as a threat. But Obaseki saw Shaibu not as a threat, but as a co-pilot in the affair of Edo State. Even if Obaseki is going to Lagos, he will hand over to Shaibu to deputize the earth. In the 8 years of Oshomole and Odubu, Odubu never saw the pen, the red pen. If Oshomole going to wherever he's going to, he put his red pen in his pocket and travel with it. Odubu cannot see it to sign. Obaseki does not see their position as a do or die affair. Number 10, he refused to sell his conscience. He refused to sell his conscience for position. I tell people, one thing I respect him for, I'm gonna name some of them later, but one thing is this guy refused to sell his conscience. And people know that. And people know it is very difficult for anyone who is aspiring to come back not to sell their soul to the devil. Very, very difficult. Let's take an example of our pastor, for example. Let's take example, our pastor, for example. In 2016, Oshomole called this man all sorts of names. I've said it many times. I'm not going to say it again. There was no name, printable and unprintable name, that it was not called on all the channels in Nigeria. Then, Oshomole had issues with Obaseki. And EPN was formed. A man that has destroyed you politically, emotionally, a man that has destroyed your character. The one Obama called character assassination. Because you want to be a governor, you saw him as a last hope because he became the Mr. Fix-It Jr. of Edo State. He decided to sell his conscience and return back to a man who actually made you irrelevant in the political terrain of Edo State. Many of us today are bold to tell some histories about our brother, our father. It's our father. Today, it is based on the information that was given to us by Oshomole. And the same man is the man you are going to meet now to not become your godfather. In 2006, where Izeyemu was the vice chairman, South of ACN, Oshomole had no political party. He was still negotiating on which party he needs to belong to. A man that you were once his boss now become your boss today, selling your conscience for political gain. Obaseki said, no, I can't do that. I'm not going to sell my conscience, not for anything. If he wants to take the position, he's free to take it. But for me, to sell my conscience for this political gain, I won't do that. He stood his ground, even when he knew it would be to his detriment. Even when he knew he might not even have another political party to contest on, but he still decided to hold on to his character, to what he believes in, and refuse to succumb to the pressure of few to open the treasury of Edo State. Many people will tell me, they'll say, how true was that? Somebody asked me this question. He said, sir, can you explain to me how true is this story that he wanted us to open the office? What is the name of this man? Henry Ida must ask that question. What is the name of this man? Igodomigo to ask that question. What is the name of this man himself? Isaiah asked that question. Now I want to give them an answer. You should go and look at the interview that was done under the mango tree. In that interview, in that very particular interview, it was stated on that interview when one of the EPM leaders categorically said, Obaseki does not even allow crumbs to fall from the table for them to eat on. This, under the mango tree interview, he also said that if Obaseki was sensible, he would have allowed them to eat in the first tenor. And in the second tenor, he will show his true color. He also said, under the mango tree interview, that what they expected Obaseki to do was to call them, send an MOU with them. You know, they call it Obaseki MOU governor. But they wanted an MOU from him. So send an MOU with us. I said, okay, this is what we want. This is what we want. This is what the state wants. So that there will not be a memorandum of understanding between how much the state wants them to return back to the state. What does that explain? Is it not you eating from the azar of the state? But this man refused to succumb to those funny characters. Even when he knew his ambition of becoming a two-time governor of the state is about to be thrown into the garbage. Share this video, please. They need to understand this. We are not here to insult. We are here to give them analysis based on facts and figures. The man said, okay, I'd rather lose as a governor. You know, he said something. He said, they rather remove me as a governor before they can get to the treasury of the state. That was his language. The day he said that, that was the day I came online. I began to support him. That was the day I began to say, they said, they rather remove him before he can give them the treasury of the state. Number 11. Obaseki finally. Come on, my brothers. Do you know that what we do today, many years ago, 4 years ago, we can't do it. Even 3 years ago, you can't do it. Do you know there was a time this man in Dallas, Gran Amigo, had an issue with one of these people. And the guy came online and threatened Gran Amigo. Many of his bosses also said, if Gran Amigo come to Benin, they're going to flog the hell out of him. What we do today, we can't do it some years back because the Aberus and the CDAs and the human traffickers, they became the Lord. In Edo State. So one of these people was called the street governor. One of these people was called the street governor. You know what it is for someone to be called a street governor? A governor has the power to summarily execute you. So if one person, they name the street governor, that simply shows he had the power to do what a governor can do as far as the street was concerned. Today, the story is different. If you are building a house in Benin City today in particular, nobody comes to your house now or your site and beat you up and demand millions from you as it was in the past. Our sisters were actually subjected to by force prostitution. When a woman will come to Nigeria, come to Edo State, take our sister, a 12 years old, a 15 years old girl, said, okay, I want her to come and be nanny with me and take care of my children. In Europe, we'll carry them away, take them through Libya. At the end of the day, they will get somewhere. We will not make them to become prostitutes. And when if the girl could not pay the madam or the oga, they will send these aberus to their mothers in Benin to go and make sure they make sure that they don't have peace. But today, that is already, today, that is already an history. Please, I told you before, there is no insult on my wall. Just come to my wall, say your opinion, support who you want to support, but do not insult anyone. If you do insult anyone, I am going to block your house from my wall. Like Omoruji Henry is talking now, everybody's replying him because he's not insulting anyone. He's just saying his own. That's what politics is. Don't come to my wall and insult anyone. If you do, I'm going to block your ass. Okay? Very important. Just say yours, explain yourself just because, as our brother here, Omoruji Henry is doing. Go, beautiful. Express yourself just like that. Don't insult anyone. Please. You know what I'm saying now? They will send this same group of Aberus and these CDAs, because what they were using to draw this debt from the family of the girl that they took overseas to go into prostitution. But today, that has become an history. Okay? That who not like better thing. Like I said, anybody abroad who is against Obaseki he is either a trolley, a centro, or his family is one of Aberus that we are actually making Edo State uncomfortable. But we are saying today that the best that have happened to Edo State at this point in time is Governor Enoregase Obaseki. That is why this Edo 2020, the Game of Thrones, is going to be in the direction of Waken's governor, the Otokinadu governor, the governors of the people, the masses' choice, the project of the people, the matter one of Edo State, the silent achiever. That's who he is. He has done so well, and we must, as a matter of fact, appreciate him for that. For those of you who say we need light in Edo State, Obaseki is 4 years. Why not ask Oshomole, who was 8 years in Edo, why did he not bring light? It's simple. We should not play politics of bitterness. Because most of the questions people ask about Obaseki, you need to ask Oshomole. Oshomole spent 8 years. He did nothing. Nothing. Why we are praising Oshomole, it is because Lucky did not do anything. That's why we saw Oshomole as one who actually did a lot. Because Lucky did not do anything, so we saw Oshomole as one who actually did something. If not, he did nothing. Some of these questions need to be directed to Oshomole. Why is there no light in Edo State? Like I said before, I did not blame Oshomole for light. I don't blame Lucky for light. I'm not blaming Obaseki for light because light is in the exclusive list, which is under the control of the federal government. Some of you who are talking here, the truth is you are actually not conversant with what governance is all about. Maybe one of these days, I will try to explain to you, the 3 lists of the government. Maybe that will help you to understand that there are some things you ask the state government that is not in the domain of the state government. For example, somebody came out and said they were rubbish, that debt in New Benin and the upper market area. They were calling on Governor Obaseki and asked the person, where is the local government chairman of already local government? What is the job of the local government chairman? If the state government is the one that will not come and take dirty. The most of you who live abroad, you know where you live, how it works. Why try to play politics with things that are not even of importance? Because the truth is this: if you play politics with this and peradventure your principal wins, it's going to come back to the same level because he understood what politics is all about. So don't play politics with what you know. It is not to the best. It's not the best for a time like this. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We see you again tomorrow. God bless you. You have a nice day. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a more of what is it called? Of analysis based on your comments. Okay? I'm gonna do a question and answer session tomorrow. All those guys who are against Obaseki, tomorrow I am going to do a full comment on. I'm going to answer all your comments based on what you put up on the comment section, both on the Facebook and on the YouTube. I'm going to answer your comments. I'm going to read through them. I'm going to explain to you what everyone needs to know. So with that, we can be able to understand where we are going, and what we need to know. Because my major problem is we need to understand who we are. where we are going, so that in the subsequent time, we will not be cajoled by someone coming to tell you, I am going to do this, and whereas that job is not his own job. When it comes, he will not tell you it's not my job. It is under the exclusive, the concurrent list, or the residual list. That I'm going to explain tomorrow before we do our question and answer. Bye and have a blessed night.